If you're over 50 and you still love the idea of training like a bodybuilder, but your body doesn't bounce back like it used to, well, this video is for you. You can still train like a bodybuilder, still build muscle, and still look strong and athletic. You just have to make a few smart adjustments. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what those adjustments are. I grew up on that classic bodybuilding style, bench presses, squats, bent over barbell rows. But after years of heavy barbell work and high volume training, I realized that what built my body in my 20s and even into my 30s wasn't going to sustain it in my 50s and older. I'm Gary Walker, creator of the Alpha Maker Project and the TRICON training system. I've also been training other men for over 30 years. I've competed in 12 bodybuilding shows and coached men all over the world. For the first 15 years of my career, I followed that traditional bodybuilding blueprint. It worked until it didn't. My joints started aching, my recovery slowed down, and even though I still looked the part, I didn't feel the part anymore. So stick with me as well into the end, because I'm also gonna share 2 pro-level tips that I've used for decades to bring up weak body parts on myself and hundreds of men I've coached. Traditional bodybuilding is built around volume, lots of exercises, lots of angles, and lots of sets. That's great when you're young, but once you're over 50, that approach starts working against your body. Your recovery slows, your hormone levels shift, and the longer you train, the more cortisol your body produces. So as we age, it's not about giving up bodybuilding. It's about refining it. It's about precision over punishment. You don't need 5 different angles to hit your chest. You need 2 or 3 that give you the best stimulus with the least stress on your joints. Shorter workouts, better execution, controlled tempo, and full range contractions. That's how you keep the muscle and keep your joints healthy. And this is where dumbbells become a game changer. Now, dumbbells give you joint freedom. You're not locked into a fixed path like a barbell. This reduces shear forces on the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and also allows each side of your body to move naturally. They also activate stabilizer muscles, the small muscles around your joints that keep everything aligned and pain-free. And if you fail on a rep with dumbbells, you can simply drop the weights for safety. No spotter, no ego, no risk. Dumbbells let you push hard, safely, and that's what makes them perfect for this stage of our life. So let's talk about how to take that old school bodybuilding intensity and make it sustainable for your body right now. When it comes to volume, focus on effective volume, around 10 to 12 total working sets per muscle group each week. Each set should be performed with full control, perfect tempo, and within 2 reps of failure. That's where real growth happens without wrecking your recovery. Now, instead of training just 3 or 4 days a week, we're gonna move to a 5-day bodybuilding split. This allows focused attention on 1 or 2 muscle groups per day while still creating smart overlap that keeps muscles stimulated throughout the week. For instance, chest and triceps overlap with shoulder work. Back training recruits biceps and rear delts, and leg work naturally involves your glutes and your core. Every major muscle gets touched multiple times per week, not through high volume, but through intelligent structure. And tempo is crucial. Slow down every single rep. Lower the weight under control for 3 to 4 seconds. Pause in the fully stretched position and then drive the weight back up with intent. That eccentric control builds muscle tension, the real signal for growth, while keeping tendons and ligaments strong as well. And instead of piling on more sets, use targeted intensity. TRICON sets. They combine explosive, isometric, and slow reps in one sequence for total muscle recruitment. Drop sets let you reduce the load mid-set to extend intensity. Supersets pair compound and isolation movements for more time under tension. And rest-pause sets use short breaks mid-set to push past fatigue safely. This is the art of bodybuilding after 50. Maximum stimulus, minimal destruction. Now let's get into the 5-day dumbbell-only bodybuilding split. You can absolutely build a strong muscular physique without nothing but dumbbells. However, I do have a couple of bonus options for those of you who have access to cables. If you have access to cables, you can actually upgrade your workouts even more, because cables provide constant tension through every inch of the movement, keeping the muscle under load for longer and improving contraction quality. All right, so let's start with day 1. Day 1 is going to be chest and triceps. You're going to begin with incline dumbbell press using the TRICON method, holding each isometric contraction for 5 seconds at the midpoint. 3 sets with this exercise. Then go straight into dumbbell flies for another 3 sets, and finish with flat dumbbell presses for 3 more sets. Then moving on to triceps, we're going to do dumbbell overhead extensions, and then finish with dumbbell skull crushers, 3 sets of each of these. Now, if you have access to cables, swap the dumbbell fly for cable flies using the TRICON method with the 5-second holds. That sustained tension through the entire movement fires more stabilizing fibers and gives you a deeper chest contraction. All right, next, let's move on to day 2, back and biceps. Start with dumbbell rows for 3 sets to load the lats and rhomboids while supporting the spine naturally. Then move into dumbbell pullovers for 3 sets to open the rib cage and stretch the lats through a full range of motion. After that, we'll switch grips for reverse grip dumbbell rows. This subtle change shifts the focus to your lower lats and biceps, pulling through a slightly different angle while reducing shoulder stress. From there, go into rear delt dumbbell flies for 3 sets. Then seated incline dumbbell curls for 3 sets, and finish with crossbody hammer curls for 2 sets. If you've got access to cables, replace one of your row variations with a seated cable row using the TRICON method. 3 long 5-second holds that increase time under tension and help build thicker, denser lats. Now let's move on to day 3, legs and core. We'll start with Bulgarian split squats for 3 sets. This is a powerful unilateral exercise that corrects strength imbalances, it builds more balance, and increases hip and knee stability. Next, move on to the goblet squats for 3 sets, keeping the load centered and your core braced, allowing full depth without compressing your spine. From there, do dumbbell step-ups for 3 sets. These are great for functional strength and coordination, training each leg independently while reinforcing your hip drive. Then we're going to perform some dumbbell Romanian deadlifts for 3 sets to target the hamstrings and glutes while also improving posterior chain flexibility. And finish off the legs with standing calf raises or even seated calf raises for 3 sets. For core, you'll finish with dumbbell wood choppers for 3 sets, and then 3 rounds of plank variations like shoulder tap planks, step out planks, or Spider-Man planks. All work well here. Next, day 4, we're going to hit shoulders. Here we're going to use a tricep. Start with lateral raises using a slow eccentric for 3 sets. Immediately follow with bent over rear delt raises, and then finish with seated dumbbell presses, all for 3 sets. Perform these back to back with minimal rest to fully activate all 3 heads of the shoulders. Finally, day 5 is arm day, man. So here we're going to use supersets, starting with dumbbell curls, immediately followed by close grip push-ups for 3 rounds. Then move into incline dumbbell curls paired with overhead tricep extensions, again for 3 rounds. This creates full arm tension, metabolic stress, and that skin-splitting pump that signals muscle growth. All right, before we wrap up, let's talk about 2 pro-level tips that can take your training to a completely different level. The first tip is going to be pre-exhaust training. If you have a lagging muscle, start your workout with an isolation movement before your compound lift, like do dumbbell flies or cable flies before the presses, or leg extensions before squats. Pre-exhausting ensures the target muscle is fully engaged so stronger assisting muscles don't take over. It improves fiber recruitment, balances symmetry, and helps bring up those weaker, more stubborn areas. The second tip, compound sets. Now, most people mix up supersets and compound sets. A superset pairs opposing muscles like chest and back, while a compound set targets the same muscle group back to back. For example, with a compound set, you're going to do incline presses followed by dumbbell flies, or vice versa. This technique keeps constant tension on the target muscle. It also increases metabolic stress and pushes your limits without needing heavier weights. It's one of my favorite ways to intensify a workout safely and reignite growth for men who've plateaued. Now that you know how to train like a bodybuilder without wrecking your joints, it's time to take the next step. If you want me to design your perfect workout, whether it's a bodybuilding style plan like the one we covered here today, a 4-day muscle building program, or something with more frequency designed specifically for men over 50 to hit each muscle group twice per week, well, I'd love to visit with you personally and build it for you. Every program I create is fully customized, specific to your lifestyle, your current fitness level, and your individual goals. It's designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and get results as efficiently and safely as possible. If that sounds like something you're ready for, I'll put a link in the description box below to my one-on-one men's coaching program, my Alpha Maker project. Fill out the short application, and if it looks like you're a good fit for my program, I will personally reach out to you, set up a call so we can talk through your goals and design your perfect workout plan. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.